Planning a destination wedding in Italy can be incredibly exciting, but also potentially costly. What to do if you're going over budget? Hi, I'm Monica, co-founder of destination wedding planning agency Weddings on Demand, and on today's video we'll discuss why many couples tend to go over budget when planning their destination wedding in Italy. One of the greatest challenges in planning your own wedding is set a budget and not try to overspend it. And this may happen even if you have a planner helping you out. Often couples ask us, I have a budget of 40,000 euros. Will it be enough to plan a wedding in Italy? Well, the truth is there is no wedding planner in the world that can tell you 100% yes. And if she does so, she's not being completely truthful. For a planner, it is truly challenging to answer this question, especially during the initial stages of your planning. One, because she doesn't know you, and two, because she has no true comprehension of the vision you have for the wedding. Once you have communicated the budget to the planner, she will share it in broad outline on a spreadsheet with the main suppliers needed and present you with a list of proposals that fit that budget. So on paper, the budget will be respected. But what will likely boost the pricing of certain services are all the add-ons and extra requests that you will definitely come up with during the planning, like choosing a personalized menu, adding a specific type of chair during the reception, or multiple musical entertainments throughout the entire day. Basically, it's the personification of the wedding that builds the budget, and that depends exclusively on you.
Social media. The most common reason why couples tend to go over budget is that they have unrealistic expectations on how much they would like to spend versus the actual pricing of goods and services in Italy. Images you find on Pinterest or social media tend to be misleading because they often feature an abundance of small details that don't catch the eye of someone who isn't familiar with the pricing of wedding goods in Italy. Flower decorations or full table setups on panoramic terraces, for instance, may require a certain cost of raw materials as flowers or actual manpower that in Italy aren't cheap. To make sure your expectations are well managed, always find the time to discuss with your future suppliers or planner what is achievable and what is not considering your budget. In this way, you'll be able to evaluate what to downsize and what not. Once you have a better idea of how much things will cost, set a realistic budget for your event or at least a priority list. If you want to stick to your budget, sometimes you have to be flexible throughout the planning process. Prioritize the things that matter most and invest in them, while keeping things tighter for details that don't matter as much.
The other main reason why couples tend to go over budget is by not paying attention to how much they're spending. This is the easiest way to overspend, since you don't have a clear idea of how much you've already spent or what you have left in the budget to invest. Using a budget spreadsheet helps you allocate funds to different aspects of the wedding, ensuring that you stay within your financial limits while prioritizing what's the most important and allocate funds accordingly.
Last-minute expenses. As the wedding day draws nearer, couples often get caught out in the excitement and add last-minute details to their wedding. They may seem like small things, but the cost can really add up. Waiting until the last minute or rushing the planning process can end up costing you a lot more. Plan things properly, give yourself plenty of time to make adjustments, and don't push off details too long or your budget could suffer. Having a little wiggle room in your budget can help you deal with emergencies and issues that pop up. There are always going to be things that come up that you didn't expect. You don't want these little things to stress you out or blow your budget. If you have an emergency fund then, we assure you it will be less stressful.
As per the renovation of a house, even when planning a wedding, you are faced with many little expenses that, in comparison to the total investment, are very small. You might find yourselves thinking, we're spending so much money, what's another few €100? But remember, all these little small costs adding up together will build a considerable amount of money in that budget, and that will push the investment further than what you've expected. For this reason, a detailed budget is always the best way to go. In conclusion, avoiding to go over budget requires you to compromise and prioritize the things that are most important to you. Although recent factors like the inflation, increased demand, and evolving expectations for wedding experiences in Italy can all contribute to a higher pricing, relying on a professional planner will help you optimize your budget, elevate much of the stress and uncertainty associated with the planning, and ultimately recommend the best options based on your preferences and budget, saving you a hell of a lot of time and effort in the research. We hope you've enjoyed this video. If you want to learn more on how to plan your destination wedding in Italy, check out the rest of this channel. Ciao!